Welcome to the Entertainment Engine.
Welcome to Season 2 of the Entertainment Engine podcast. I'm Pete Moore.
And I'm Bex Gregory. This podcast was created by our company, Seamless Entertainment. We're providing in-depth advice and information for creatives pursuing a career in the entertainment industry.
It's a great passion of ours, and we're looking forward to sharing our knowledge with you all.
Each week, we'll be bringing our listeners some great entertainment facts and news, mixed in with special guest interviews from seasoned professionals who share their insight and experience of the business.
You can listen and subscribe to the podcast on all streaming platforms, so you never miss an episode. And what a bonus, it's totally free.
And now it's time to introduce our next special guest on the show today, film producer Jonathan Sothcott and British actor and producer Billy Murray. Jonathan Sothcott is one of the UK's most successful independent film producers. His film credits include We Still Kill the Old Way and Vendetta. Jonathan has worked with a galaxy of stars including Mark Hamill, Jason Statham, Richard E. Grant, Sheridan Smith, Dexter Fletcher, Nick Moran, Ray Winstone and Danny Dyer, just to name a few. In 2020, Jonathan set up Shogun Films to focus on high-concept genre films for the international market. The first Shogun film, Nemesis, was one of the first produced in the UK during the national lockdowns and is already a hot property in the international marketplace. Billy Murray is one of the best-loved faces in the British screens for over 30 years. Billy's film career encompasses Performance, Essex Boys and cult classic McVicar. He is known to millions for his award-winning iconic television roles including bent cop Don Beech in top-rated ITV drama The Bill and various spin-offs including Beech on the Run and Beech is Back, and created another iconic TV villain as gangster Johnny Allen in EastEnders. Since leaving the show, he has become one of the most credible executive producers in the film industry and has been behind films such as Rise of the Foot Soldier, Doghouse and The Rise and Fall of a White Collar Hooligan, often in collaboration with his close friend Jonathan Sothcott. Billy also provides the voice of Captain Price in the blockbuster Call of Duty Modern Warfare video game series. Here's the chat Pete had with Jonathan and Billy earlier this week.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Entertainment Engine podcast. Today we have two really special guests, film producer Jonathan Sothcott and iconic British actor Billy Murray. Good afternoon, gentlemen. How are we?
We're good, actually. Thank you very much for asking.
Very good, very good. We're enjoying promoting our movie.
Oh, that's good. So how's your day been going so far?
It's great. We've done some photo shoots with some big outside posters for the movie. And we've just been doing, but it's a great thing doing these junkets. You answer all the same questions all day, so you have to think different lies to tell the interviewers.
And I suppose with lockdown as well, it's been an interesting time for everybody, really.
Yeah, it has. Although I have to be honest, we've really made the most out of lockdown. It's been the last year has been the best year I've ever had for business. So in some ways, we're thankful for it, but we're very glad it's over.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And Billy, how have you coped with lockdown? Has anything changed for you? Have you been safe and well and all of that?
I haven't drank so much beer because I can't wait for them to open again.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But has your family been safe?
No, family's good. We obey all the rules, wear the masks when we have to.
Yeah, exactly. That's all you can do, really. But no, I echo what you're saying there, Jonathan. It's been an interesting year, for us as well. And I think you've got to sort of pivot and diversify, and you sort of feel a bit guilty by saying it's been a positive year, but
Although the thing I've found about it is that the relationship building has been really good. Particularly in America, I've had doors open to me during the pandemic that they would have been too busy to open without it. So that's really, really helped. People will take a meeting over Zoom that maybe they wouldn't, and I don't have to fly to California to do it. So that's been really good, and it's allowed us to really spend time developing scripts and focusing on our brand and just doing great stuff. And we got to make one movie during it. So, no complaints here. And I had COVID as well, by the way. So that was the downside of it.
But you're okay, though. You're okay. That's the main thing.
Yeah, listen, I was one of the really lucky ones. I was ill-ish for a couple of days and then fine. My wife had it really badly.
Oh, wow.
So I know how serious it is.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So just tell us a little bit about your early life, Jonathan, where you grew up and your sort of early beginnings.
I was born in Surrey and moved to Sussex when I was 6 and lived there until I left home. I was always obsessed with films and movies and always wanted to get into the film business. But in those days, before the internet and the world wasn't so joined up, it was hard. So I started out as a film journalist while I was still a teenager. And then I met some guys. It was just when DVD was a thing. And they were making the special features, the making of documentaries and all that kind of stuff. And they asked me to be a journalist for them, which I did. And so 18, 19, 20, I got to meet these amazing characters from the British film industry. Bryan Forbes, Ken Russell, Christopher Lee, Roger Moore, all these people. And I just thought, wow, this is what I have to do. And then I met a very famous producer-director called David Wicks, who was the lead director on The Sweeney and the Professionals. And I worked for him for a couple of years, which was amazing man. And then I started thinking about my own projects as a producer. I met the actor Martin Kemp, and I made a short film that he directed and his brother starred in. And off the back of that, we got together a feature film called Stalker, which Martin directed and which Billy was one of the stars of. And that was when we met Billy. And here we are 40-odd movies later.
It's sort of really weird how things can take you and how life can sort of move you in a different direction. And I think, again, as well, Billy, give us a little bit about your background and your sort of early beginnings.
Well, I was born in London, in a place called Forest Gate many years ago. And I grew up in a place called Upton Park, opposite West Ham football ground. All I ever wanted to do was be a docker. And but we didn't have any links with the docks. My dad was a builder. So to get into the docks, I became a messenger boy for the PLA, Port of London Authority.
Yeah.
And I spent 3 years up and down the docks where I now live. And I just screwed it all up by taking too much time off and got fired just before I was going to become a docker. So after that, I went and did painting, decorating, anything at all that could bring in some money, even lagging, and decided that I'd become a film extra because it was easy, and I knew some people that ran the unions and the Film Artists Association, and I did that, and I used to get picked out for what they call special action. In those days, they had plenty of money. They used to be able to employ people to stand in for people like Albert Finney, or which I did, and Tom Courtenay, which I did. That means getting them their tea and making sure that you stood there for them when the lighting was on them. They can't afford to do that now in films. So, but and then the actor would come in and do his lines and go away. And I got talking to people like Finney and Courtenay, and found out they were just ordinary guys like I was. Grew up in the same kind of places, in other than London, Manchester or Birmingham or Liverpool or places like that. And just found out there was a thing called drama school. And, I got an audition at RADA, and that was paid for by Tom Courtenay. I turned up, didn't do it because I got intimidated, left there and decided that I would go to a different drama school, and I went to East 15 Acting School.
Yeah, no, that was what you pick on there, Billy, really interesting, because didn't you sort of box as well at Reggie and Ronnie's sort of own West Ham boxing club for quite a few years?
No, I didn't actually box for them. I was a boxer from the age of... for 12 years, from the age of 8 until I was 20. Yeah. Discovered that I liked going out more, and so boxing, yes. But yes, I did box down at the Double R Club. They had a gymnasium above there. I didn't box for them, but I sparred with Charlie Cray.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like they'll say, you've got to be a warrior to climb into the ring on a one-to-one basis. So you've got to admire those people that climb into the ring. But I decided I didn't want a flat nose.
No. At least you had a go. And I think, was you sort of really encouraged as well, Billy, from a young age with your parents, and they were quite supportive of what you wanted to do? My
parents, not really. They didn't know much about what I was doing in those days. My dad was always working. My mother did 3 jobs. So. No, not really. My mother didn't even know when I did she didn't even know I went to drama school. I was there for 3 years. I just moved out of the house, and that was it. And the first thing she knew about me was when I went up north to be in rep for 2 years. And so I was in all the different repertory companies. And the first time she ever saw me as an actor was on television.
Wow. What was her comments to that? What did she say?
Where did that come from?
Yeah. Wow. I mean, that is actually really cool. And I think some of the people that I've spoken to as well, Billy and Jonathan, is that, sort of back in the day when, I sort of grew up in the late 60s and, people coming through, and some people had great support from the parents and some people didn't. And there was obviously, I think you're one of the first that they didn't know what you was doing. So I think that's quite interesting.
Yeah.
I think also, though, it's interesting that, Billy's generation was the first time really that working class actors could become stars.
Yeah. Yeah.
The 60s was when it all changed, because before that, if you were working class, you had to play the butler or the footman or the comedy guy in the pub.
Yeah.
The Albert Finneys and the Michael Caine's and the Tom Courtneys changed all that. And I think if Billy had been 10 years older,